Does this lighting make me look less fat? Alright, this one goes out to the broke boys who wear out their mouse all the time and know all they gotta do is change out the switch inside the mouse and they're good to go, but also can't afford to solder. So, Asus has a solution for you. Today we're looking at the Asus ROG Gladius 2 Origin. Taking a look inside the box, you're going to get the mouse, a rubberized short cable, a braided long cable, a lightly padded carrying pouch, the manual, spare Japanese Omron switches, and an ROG badge sticker thing. But seriously, the badge is pretty nice. It's got this metallic look and it's stuck on with a 3M tape. Way cooler than normal stickers. The longer braided cable is 2 meters long and feels a bit sturdier. This is definitely the cable you'll be using at home. It does use micro USB instead of USB-C, but at least it can lock into the mouse for stability. Just like the 1 meter unbraided cable, which is probably going to be the travel cable. Onto the mouse, it's not one of those ultralights because it weighs a little bit over 110 grams. The body's got that space gray plastic and it has the ROG logo and scroll wheel that both light up. Aside from the left-right clicks, you got a scroll button, a single DPI button, and 2 side buttons. All the grips on the mouse use the ROG Aztec look, which I kinda like, but I know minimalists won't. The grip itself actually does work very well. The front of the mouse is cool, but you'll never see it. The cable port is somewhat proprietary because of the shape of the entrance, and the bottom of the mouse interestingly uses very small skates, but that didn't really bother me in actual usage. There's a lock switch you'll need to pull anytime you remove your cable, and 4 rubber screw covers to allow easy access to the screws later. As for RGB lighting, the logo does glow, and you get underglow as well as scroll wheel glow. The glow for the bottom doesn't go all the way to the front, but you won't be seeing the front much anyway. The fit of it is definitely on the larger side, which is preferred for palm grip, and is suited for medium to large hands. The side buttons are large, and the shape makes them easy to find, though the back one requires a little bit more thumb curling to reach. With my slightly bigger than medium hands, I found that palm grip was nice, but also claw grip. Small hands will probably be stuck with palm grip, and if you want to do fingertip grip, you probably really need large hands, because the length of the mouse will have the back butting into your palm if your hands aren't really big. On the software side of things, all the buttons are customizable through the ROG Armory Crate, which is a fairly rudimentary software, so it's not too hard to use. You're only going to get 2 DPI profiles per profile on this mouse. While you can have as many profiles as you want, if you want to save profiles onto the mouse's onboard memory, you only get 3, and switching profiles requires pressing multiple buttons, but most of us won't even care to change profiles, so screw it. In terms of usage, I did enjoy using the mouse. I am typically a fingertip gripper, and the size of this mouse did force me to adjust my grip a little bit into more of a palm-like grip, but the shape of the mouse really comfortably filled up my palm, so I really didn't mind the feel of it at all. The weight didn't really bother me, but I am a chunky mouse user, and a heavier weight is typically preferred if you're a high sense user or a high sensitivity user, because it gives us more control. Now, if you're a low sense player, you're typically going to want a lighter mouse, and this one is definitely not going to be the one for you. Now, here's the main selling point of the mouse, and the reason I love it so much. No solder switch swapping. Switches in mice have a limited lifespan of how many clicks it can take before it starts wearing out, the clearest sign being when they start to double click. Now, a lot of Asus ROG mice use a little system that allows you to change out the switches without soldering, which would be a big hurdle for most people. The side buttons aren't removable, but that's probably because we pressed them less than the main 2 front clicks, and there's a 3rd slot you'll notice. This is because the daughter board here is exactly the same as the one on the regular Gladius 2, which has 3 buttons instead of 2. But we don't care about that. What we care about is this, the fact that we can remove the switches, which come off with a wiggle and a pull. Now, the standard switches that are already in the mouse are poopy switches from China, the Omron D2FC-whatever. Just know that the D2FC series isn't that great. These switches can be found in most gaming mice actually, including the G Pro wireless. Anyhow, the Omron switches that are included with this mouse are the Japanese D2Fs, which are superior in quality and durability, and personally, I think the click feels better. With the difference in quality, it seems Asus really wants us to try out switching out the switches to show us how easy it is to change out any worn out switches. And literally, it's just a matter of pressing in the switch and you're good to go. Worn out switches or double clicking switches are a common problem among gamers who play a lot, and a lot of us tend to throw out our mice when all that we had to do was change out the switch, which requires soldering, but with this, we won't have to, making it easy for everyone. Though, I should note on this mouse in particular, it's a bit hard to close, and the reason is because these 2 plastic tabs over here kinda get in my way. They're meant to lock down the casing, but the screws are already doing that, so I just cut mine off. If you don't want to cut them off so you don't lose your warranty, you will have to struggle for like a few minutes just trying to align the front 2 nubs together, that way you can close it. To tell if your mouse is properly closed, you have to look at how flush the lines are on the sides, on the corner here, as well as here. If there's a gap, that means the mouse is misaligned and your clicks aren't going to line up, causing weird clicks or no clicks. But anyhow, once you got it done, all you gotta do is close it up and you're good to go. Now I know some people are gonna ask, so here's a sound test so you can hear the difference between the switches. So that's the Asus ROG Gladius Origin 2. It's a long name. Now, I could have gotten the regular Origin, but this is actually not my mouse, so I didn't pay for it. So shout out to Chef A. He's the big dude in the last video. Thanks, buddy, if you're watching. That said, if your hands are medium to large, you like palm grip and claw grip, and you're okay with like the standard buttons you'd find on a mouse, where it's just gonna be your left, right click, one middle scroll button, and 2 side buttons, and that's all you need, you're pretty good to go. But if you got small hands and you're a low sense player and you need a light mouse, this one is definitely not going to be it. You could just look at Asus's other offerings because they do have smaller mice that can still replace their switches. Or you can learn how to solder. A valuable skill that still costs a lot of money. Because honestly, if you get a soldering station, how many times are you actually going to do it? Unless you build keyboards. But personally, as a keyboard builder myself, I do find a switch swapping system in the mouse extremely convenient. Because a lot of companies tend to put their screws under the mouse skates, and you can easily ruin your mouse skates trying to open up your mouse. So there is that to take into consideration. And that's about all I got. I hope this has helped you out. I hope this helps you find the mouse that you want and for you to spend less money on mice in general. This has been Technical. I'll see you next time, and hopefully we can get some more mice or something in. I don't know. What do you guys want to see? Let me know in the comments. I know there's not a lot of you, but I'll look. Unless I forget, because sometimes I'm an idiot. Before I forget, I also left an affiliate link in the description to buy this product. I'd really appreciate if you guys buy it from that specific link, because I get a slight kickback. That way I can get a bit of money to get some more items to review for you guys. Anyhow, see you next time.